Yo, so it's been a little bit, guys, but before we start the video, just wanted to quickly throw this in here. New vinyl. Bonus points if you know the song and album, but we're going to swap this one out and little switch up. Anyways, so guys, welcome back to another Top 10, and today, this is the final genre of weapon classes, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, this is the Top 10 LMGs, the light machine guns of Call of Duty Zombies. In the OG days of Call of Duty World at War, light machine guns were it. And then for a bit in Black Ops 1, they weren't. And then in Black Ops 2 and 3, they've kind of evolved to be like a viable option. They're not the option, but they are a very good option if you use them in the right way and at the right time. They got high damage, fire rate, and ammo, but the huge drawback is mobility. And if you're a Zombies player, I'm sure you're aware that mobility is very important. If you can't run, you can't train. If you can't train, you can't play zombies. But that being said, if you use it in the right way, they are amazing. And today, we're going to be looking at, of course, the top 10 of them. So coming in at our number 10 spot, guys, this is a bit of a weird pick to start it off. We have the FG42 from World at War. Now, to be completely honest, I had no idea that this was an LMG. When you think about the World at War weapons, you think the Browning and the MG42, like the big guns. Realistically, you think about that with all LMGs. But the FG42 does sit in the class of light machine gun. And I think one of the things that actually does make it really good is the fact that it is a light machine gun, and the fact that it has pretty high mobility. As compared to the big guns of World at War, the MG and the Browning, it's actually much lighter, and although it doesn't have a ton of ammo, it is pretty good. But the thing that's really interesting about this gun, based on its statistics, is if you look at it from a Black Ops 2 and a Black Ops 3 perspective, this gun would more accurately fit into the category of assault rifle. Still an LMG though. Number 9, the BRM. Listen, I'm just gonna be completely honest. I don't like this gun. I can't think of one good argument why you would use the BRM in Black Ops 3. Besides from the fact that like you got it from the box and you want an LMG and there's no other LMGs in sight. But realistically, I just can't see why the BRM is a good choice over so many guns in Black Ops 3. In any other Call of Duty, if you put the BRM in it, it would do well. It would be a very powerful gun, and I think it would rival a lot of the other LMGs. But the thing is like it just doesn't fit into Black Ops 3. It's very heavy and it's just not good for holding down areas, and I just think like, why would I use this when I can use all these other amazing guns? That being said though, it's still really good. Like, it's just the fact that Black Ops 3 guns are so good, it just doesn't really... I just feel like relative to all the other Black Ops 3 guns, it's not as good as it could be. Anyways, enough shitting on the BRM. Let's move down to our number 8 spot. You'd think that this was a top 10 worst list. At number 8, ladies and gentlemen, we have the RPK. The RPK is a great gun. I love it. It's a Black Ops 1 weapon, and it was just one of those weapons back in the day that you get, and it's exciting. One of my favorite things about Black Ops 1 is it was very dependent on box luck. Like, if you got a Galil or like one of the power assault rifles or an RPK early in the game, you were really doing well. Especially as compared to a game where you just dropped $5 grand on the box and you have a ballistic knife and a PN94. I don't even know what a PM63? Is that the word I was trying to... What is a PN94? But the RPK is just an overall great gun. High ammo capacity, high damage, but it is, again, it's an LMG, it's pretty slow. Number 7. The RPD. The RPD is one of the most interesting guns in all of Call of Duty Zombies. So let me lay this out for you. The RPD was in Modern Warfare 2. It was not in World at War. It was not in Black Ops 1. Not in Black Ops 3. But it was in Zombies Black Ops 2. And it wasn't in Black Ops 2 multiplayer. So I don't really know why, but for some reason this gun just decided to make an appearance into Black Ops 2. And I'm glad, man, because it's a great weapon. I think my fondest memories of the RPD and a few other LMGs in Black Ops 2 is just running around Nuketown zombies with this thing, just training and just getting points on points on points, trying to complete the Pack-a-Punch challenge. The RPD is just such a weird, like, gun that was thrown into the game, and it's actually really good and I think underrated. But that being said, there are definitely some better LMGs, putting this only at number 7. Moving down to our number 6 spot, guys, this is going to be a personal favorite of mine, the Browning. I think the Browning is hands down the sexiest LMG in zombies history. It just looks so sleek with those holes in the barrel and the big huge butt end of it, and it just rips zombies. Back in the World at War days, it was basically like you wanted a ray gun and an LMG, and you hit the box, you see that Browning sitting there, and it just looks so beautiful, and you're like, yes, my game is made, I'm gonna be able to camp and just kill everything. I have such fond memories of this gun, and it's got a super high amount of ammo, it does super high damage. The one thing that is a drawback with this thing, though, it's the reload time. I think it's got one of the slowest reload times in zombies besides like the death machine, and that is a huge drawback, especially when it was so prevalently used for camping. Number 5, the LSAT. The LSAT is overall just a beast. The thing with all of these LMGs is I feel like there's not a lot to say about the stats about them. They're all very similar, like high amounts of ammo, high amounts of damage, it's all very similar. But I think the thing that stands out for me with the LSAT is it just feels like that gun that it goes the extra mile. I don't know what it is about it, but it just seems to kill zombies very, very well. I'm always surprised at how quickly I can take out a horde when I have an LSAT. And I think the map where this gun most just like calls out to me, for some reason, is Mob of the Dead. I just imagine myself on the bridge with this thing, getting a target finder. Okay, I don't know why it has a target finder. Kind of a silly aspect in zombies that actually turns out to be very useful. And the LSAT's just a very useful gun. There's not much to say about why it's the best gun, because I don't think it is, but the LSAT is an absolute beast, and it comes in at number 5. Number 4. Ooh, we got a big gun from a big map. It's the MG08. Honestly, I think this is one of the most underrated LMGs in all of Call of Duty Zombies, and there's one reason why, it's because it's on Origins. There are so many underrated guns on this map, and it's because of the staffs, the Mauser, and the Ray Gun Mark II. Who has time to go get that free upgraded MG08 when you could be putting that time into building a staff of lightning? But for real, I just feel like this gun is so underrated, especially on Origins where you typically will get longer, thinned out hordes. It's really, really good at just gunning that whole horde down. It's great at taking out the Panzer as well. Overall, it's amazing. The one thing I would say is it doesn't fit well on Origins simply because of the mud. That being said, if you have a Mauser and this thing, you got a really great combo. You got the mobility, you whip this other thing out, and you just kill everything. And the MG08 is it's an icon, and it's a classic. I think an icon and a classic is pretty much the same thing, but what I'm getting at is it's a really freaking good gun. But there is an MG that stands above it. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in at our number 3 spot, we have the MG42. Rivaled only by the PPSH, this is the second best gun in World at War. The MG42 is everything that the Browning is and more. It's got high damage, high ammo, high rate of fire. But there's one thing that just makes this gun shine so much brighter than the Browning. Actually, it doesn't look near as cool, but it's got a way quicker reload time. And you wouldn't really think that that means so much nowadays, but in the days of World at War, that was one of the most important things, and really the reason the PPSH was better than both of them. You're slow with it, but when you've got an extra second or more of reload time, that is huge. Plus it had better iron sights and a higher headshot multiplier, so all that factored in, the MG42 was a great gun, and it comes in at number 3. What if I just fell through the ceiling, and then I was like, breaking in at number 2? Breaking it down at our number 2 spot, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Hammer. It's actually called the HAMR. Thank you very much. But no, the Hammer is a freaking just beast of a weapon. And I'm gonna be honest, the original Hammer was probably the best LMG of all time. And then they nerfed it with recoil. They actually also did that to the MTAR as well as the Type 25. This gave all those guns huge amounts of recoil. But you know what they didn't give huge amounts of recoil? The upgraded version, the Sledgehammer. And that's basically why this gun is on this list. The Sledgehammer has very low recoil, but just very high attributes in everything else. The original Hammer was statistically better than everything else, and basically to nerf it, they gave it more recoil. But the Sledgehammer didn't get that boost in recoil, so as soon as you pack a bunch of this thing, you're basically back to the same old beast. It's got a quick reload time, a high rate of fire, and fun fact about this gun is the first 9 bullets that you shoot out actually have a higher rate of fire than after those 9 bullets. I don't know why that's a thing, but you'll notice when you shoot it, it'll go really fast and then kind of taper off after the first 9 shots. Not to mention it's called the freaking Sledgehammer. Like, really? I think that might be one of the best names for an upgraded gun of all time. Except for the Dire Wolf. Because, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at our #1 spot, we have the Dingo from Black Ops 3. You want to talk a gun that goes beyond every other gun on this list, it is the Dingo. Let's talk about drawbacks first, because there is one large drawback about this gun, and it's ammo capacity. The Dingo only has 80 shots in its mag, which is significantly lower than every other LMG on this list, which are usually between 100 and 125. But there is one key element that makes the Dingo better than every other gun on this list. It's obviously not ammo capacity or clip size, it's not damage, it's not headshot multiplier, it's not rate of fire. It's mobility. The Dingo is the only light machine gun that has a moderate mobility. Basically, in terms of mobility and like how fast you can sprint and how long you can sprint, the Dingo is just a touch below that of an assault rifle. Just think about that for a second. It's basically got the attributes of an assault rifle, but 80 in its clip. Now, I mean, this is no PPSH we're talking about here, like when you've got the stats of an assault rifle in an SMG, but it's that same sort of idea. The Dingo is this type of gun where it's almost crossing over into the line of assault rifle, but still keeping all the good traits of an LMG. And I mean, it's also called the Dire Wolf. And just as a side note, if Treyarch were to ever add in double pack-a-punch names, I think the Dingo should be called Ghost. Double bonus points if you get that reference. Anyways though, guys, that is going to be the video for today. I really hope you enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun to make, and we have finally done it! All the gun genres have been completed. So basically that leaves us with one more category, and it is going to be the top 10 guns in all of Call of Duty Zombies. That's going to be a very difficult list to make, but I'm excited. Anyways though, guys, that is going to be the video for today. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you later. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and go watch some more videos, because it's October and we just posting up waiting for World War II. That's it. I'm done. Bye.